assistant agents. And, we talk about assistant agents. I want to basically about licensing and about some of the CPD requirements that are around that. So if you are a licensee in charge, you are responsible for supervising everyone that works within your agency. That includes your assistant agents. So you actually need to check that their continuing professional development, their CPD status, to make sure that they get qualified and obtain a Class 2 licence within the 4 years from the date of them receiving their certificate of registration and becoming an assistant agent. Now, what we've got is what Fair Trading and our Property Services Commissioner is referring to as the cliff deadline. And that cliff deadline is the 22nd of March 2024. And that is when those agents who held certificates of registration prior to the reform changes of March 2020 will have to have made application for a Class 2 licence. Now, the extension, so that gave all of those people the 4 years. So assistant agents had their certificates extended until the 22nd of March 2024. The extension was introduced with the property reforms in March 2020 to ensure that assistant agents had time to complete their qualifications and to increase professional standards across the sector. Now, assistant agents who held a certificate at that time now only have 7 months left to complete their certificate for qualification. Well, it's not even 7 months, it's almost 6.5, closing in on 6. I think it's about 28 weeks, might be. They need to complete their certificate for qualification and progress to a Class 2 licence by the 22nd of March 2024. Now, if somebody didn't get their certificate of registration until sometime in 2023, then it'll be, 2023, then it'll be 2027. If they didn't get it till 2021, it'll be 2025. So it's that 4-year period. Now, what happens? What are the next steps for licensees in charge? Well, as you're responsible, of course the assistant agent is also individually, personally responsible for doing their licensing qualification and, meeting compliance regulations. You as a licensee in charge are also responsible for supervising that is happening. So if they've already enrolled in a Cert 4 qualification, so the Certificate 4 in Real Estate Practice, if they're doing a real estate licence or a stock and station or a combined, and the Cert 4 in Strata Community Management, if they're doing a Strata Management licence, you need to check that they're on track to complete that course and progress to a Class 2 licence when their certificate expires. If they are not yet enrolled in a Certificate 4 qualification, hurry up. Really, contact a registered training organisation like us to arrange the training and help them complete the course. So, of course, if they've been in the industry for a number of years, they're most likely, if they can present evidence, most likely going to get some recognition of prior learning for whatever area it is. If they're working in property management, then they'll get recognition of prior learning for that. If they're working in sales, then they'll get recognition of prior learning for that. So, it's what evidence they can provide will be, giving them some exemptions from actually having to complete the courses, but they have to jump the hoops of providing that evidence. So, and obviously a licensee in charge also needs to be completing an assistant agent's work experience logbook so they can lodge that when they make their application. So always remember that for the real estate licence, there are fee-free opportunities available through our college as we are an approved provider. In fact, we're a high-performance tagged provider for government-funded training, and we have access to fee-free training for the real estate licence qualification. Unfortunately, that's not available anywhere for the Strata qualification. But, the really big thing to remember is if an assistant agent whose certificate expires on the 22nd of March 2024, or the cliff deadline as it's being referred to, their certificate of registration will lapse on the following day, and they would not be able to reapply for another certificate for a 12-month period. Now, that makes them not particularly useful within your organisation doing what they're currently doing as a certificate holder. So that needs to be remembered. This is urgent for those people who've held certificates since the 22nd of March 2020. So that is super urgent. The other issue I wanted to talk about with licensing requirements, and particularly with CPD, Fair Trading have clarified the issue around people of CPD for licence holders who hold multiple licences. Okay, so if you hold 2 or more categories of license, so that's 2 or 3 categories of license, because there's only 3 categories in total, then you need to do additional CPD. So what it's saying is that you must complete as a baseline minimum of the 4 hours of CPD for your main license category and 3 additional topics from the other license categories in each category of license you hold. Now, I'll explain the way we work it here at Australian College of Professionals is that you'll do your 4 hours of compulsory CPD if you hold a real estate license. If you also hold a stock and station license or a dual real estate stock and station license, then you need to do 3 topics out of the set topics for stock and station. So you've done your real estate one. Now there's overlap in topics between the two, so you don't have to redo a topic that's there. So the way we've done it, we have the core topics, which is 2 hours worth of training in the compulsory. You won't have to do that again, which means you just have to do another 2 hours in covering the topics from the stock and station angle. Same for strata management. The 2 topics are the same, so it's an extra 2 hours. So if you hold 2 license categories, you'll be doing 6 hours of CPD. If you hold 3 license categories, you'll be doing 8 hours of CPD. Okay, so your main 4 hours plus an additional 2 lots of 2 hours or 1 lot of 2 hours to make that fit. If you want to read more about how Fair Trading have put that, it's on their website. It's under the CPD requirements. You know, I think it's under the section that says 2023 to 2024 CPD requirements. So that's you can read more about it there. You can certainly read more. We've got the same information on our website and tables showing you what you need to choose depending on which license categories you hold. So guys, again, you've only got until the 22nd of March to get that done. So make sure you do.